There are a variety of factors that can affect the rate of photosynthesis. We're going to look at three of them. One of them being temperature, one being light intensity, and one of them being available carbon dioxide. Now, just to point out, when we look at something called the photosynthetic rate, okay, this is the rate at which plants make the carbohydrate or glucose, and it depends on environmental factors. The most important environmental factors that are needed for photosynthesis are light and carbon dioxide. Okay, those are the most important. Temperature is also important as well, but the carbon dioxide and the light is most important in this case. Okay, so we'll start with temperature. So with this graph here, we can see that we have the effective temperature on the rate of photosynthesis. Now, last time we looked at enzymes and we said that photosynthesis is an enzyme-controlled reaction. The enzyme being Rubisco in the light-independent phase. Okay, so if we think back to enzymes and factors that affect enzymes rates, we can think of temperature being one of them. Okay, enzymes have an optimum range at which they work at best. Anything outside of that range, for example, anything too high, means that the enzyme is going to become denatured. Those bonds are going to break between the protein molecules, okay, holding it in that quaternary structure, means that the active site can no longer bind specifically to the substrate. Okay, so as temperature increases, the enzyme activity and rate of photosynthesis increases, after which the enzymes are denatured and photosynthesis stops. Okay, we can see here at point B, we've got the maximum rate of photosynthesis at that temperature, which could be, 25 degrees Celsius. It really depends. Anything too low, there is still photosynthesis taking place, but because of the lower temperature, there is lower collisions. Okay, it's just particle theory, lower collisions over time. Here we've got uh, the enzymes being denatured and photosynthesis will stop. Okay, the second one we'll look at is light intensity. Now, as light intensity increases, the rate of photosynthesis will increase up to a maximum point where it levels off, and the carbon dioxide becomes limited, slowing down the Kelvin cycle. Okay, the Kelvin cycle, or the independent phase of photosynthesis. Okay, we can see here, so this is our light intensity, 50 up to 10,000 foot candles. Okay, this is just what it's measured in. We can see here that the light saturation range for most plants is in between 1,200 and 2,000 foot candles, okay, in this range here. Anything above that means that the rate at which photosynthesis occurs, or the carbohydrates being produced, levels off. So no more is being produced and no less is being produced. Okay, the last one we'll look at is available carbon dioxide. So before we said that carbon dioxide was the most important thing along with the light. Carbon dioxide concentration is really important. So an increase in concentration increases the rate of photosynthesis to a point where it levels off because the Kelvin cycle is saturated and light is limited and temperature is too low. Okay, so here, for example, we've got 50 and all the way up to 2,000 ppm in the atmosphere of carbon dioxide. Okay, and we've got our rate on the y-axis, or how much carbohydrate is being produced. We can see a slow increase here in between this range, but the level at which the plant is most successful in working in is in between this range, between 500 and 1000 ppm of carbon dioxide.